Empathetic cougar, devil's advocate, loving wife. Violet Farebrother got to play many characters in her collaborations with Alfred Hitchcock. However, it's her transformation into one of society's most feared archetypes that truly shines: the mother-in-law. In her first Hitchcock film, Downhill, Farebrother plays a woman billed as the poetess. Although the name sounds important, she's really just an older woman hanging out in a Parisian dance hall trying to find a nice younger man to talk to. That younger man turns out to be Ivor Novello's Roddy, who has sunk to a level where he's a paid dance partner. A woman named Madame Michette collects the money for Roddy's dances and assigns him much older women to dance with. Roddy's clearly not enjoying himself until he gets the chance to hang out with the poetess. Turns out she's a great listener and asks to hear how Roddy came to such a low point in his life. He presumably tells her the entire story of the movie up until that point, and she listens with empathetic ears. But then a weird twist occurs. Hitchcock doesn't have much to say about Downhill when he's interviewed by Francois Truffaut for Hitchcock Truffaut, but he does talk about this odd moment. I'll let Hitchcock take it from here.
I showed a woman seducing a younger man. She is a lady of a certain age, but quite elegant, and he finds her very attractive. Until daybreak. Then he opens the window and the sun comes in, lighting up the woman's face. In that moment she looks dreadful.
If that's the intent, the effect doesn't quite come across in the film. Some change has clearly occurred in Roddy, who's reacting to the situation in exactly the way Hitchcock describes, but the poetess looks mostly the same. They've clearly added some makeup to give her dark circles under the eyes, but she's certainly not dreadful. Regardless, Roddy flees the dance hall and we see the poetess one more time in Roddy's climactic fever dream. She's shown with 4 other characters who have all wronged Roddy in various ways, which is definitely an unfair association. The only thing the poetess did was lend an ear to Roddy and have daylight cast upon her face. She didn't lie about him impregnating her, or steal all of his money, or force him to be a gigolo like the other denizens of his fever dream. Next up is some solid mother-in-law acting and easy virtue. It's a movie that doesn't work incredibly well as a silent film since the plot is fairly complex and requires a lot of intertitles, but Farebrother's performance is exceptional. Her looks need no explanation for what they convey. She feels nothing short of supreme loathing for Loretta, her new daughter-in-law, and won't stop until she's thrown out of the family. It's her best performance in a Hitchcock film because, although the mother-in-law character is technically in the right, the daughter-in-law is indeed hiding something pretty big from her new family. Farebrother maintains the presence of a villain. She gets to sow seeds of doubt by spouting dialogue like, "Who is this woman you have pitchforked into the family?" And she even gets to say the titular line while dressing down Loretta. "In our world, we do not understand this code of easy virtue." Her best moment in the film comes in the climax when Loretta interrupts a party wearing an incredibly gaudy dress. Farebrother throws a withering glare with the best of them and proceeds to keep up appearances in front of the party guests, even as Loretta flaunts her divorced self all over the dance floor. That last sentence will make more sense if you watch the movie, but if you haven't, trust me when I say, what a scandal. Farebrother epitomizes the idea of a mother-in-law villain because she's equally good at giving a curdled smile and hurling a venomous comment, usually while waiting until her prey is at its weakest. Finally, Farebrother transitions out of the silent era into an early Hitchcock talkie called Murder. You know it means business because there's an exclamation point. In the film, she plays a member of a jury deciding the fate of an actress charged with, what else? Murder. She's one of 3 jury members who initially vote not guilty during the deliberation process. To the audience, it feels like the right decision, but the rest of the jury quickly dissuades her. Farebrother does a good job showing the character slowly change her mind to support a guilty verdict.
Yes. If we let her go and anything should happen,
the blood would be on our hands.
Do you wish to alter your verdict, Mrs. Ward?
Hitchcock referred to her role in Downhill as elegant, and she certainly brings that same elegance to Murder. Her character proves to be smarter than most of the jury. However, Hitchcock seems to be using her to make the point that even smart people can fall to the perils of peer pressure. And so ends the Violet Farebrother Hitchcock hat trick. Speaking of hats, how great is that flapper hat she was wearing in Murder? The whole ensemble is great, from the fur-lined coat to the pearls, but that hat deserves particular mention. It's also fun to remember that no period piece is going to nail flapper fashion better than a movie that was actually filmed in the time period. If you'd like more videos about directors and their mothers-in-law, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on this channel. And, as always, the Sarris wheel spins on.